Okay, I apologize for throwing a very complicated legal topic at you guys. I'm going to try to clean it up. Custodial interference is when someone who is not the primary custodian but still has legal rights to the child withholds the child. For example, someone who has visitation 1 week in a month takes the child and keeps them for 6 months. That's custodial interference. It can be a non-custodial parent. It can be a grandparent. It can be a foster parent. If it's a case where someone who has a right to the child is simply violating the terms of those rights, it's almost always going to be custodial interference. In states like New York State that have this custodial interference law. Other states have similar laws, and they're just called different things. So just because your state doesn't have a law called custodial interference, it doesn't mean you don't have a law that operates the same way. The problem with why this isn't classified as kidnapping in a lot of states is because of the elements of kidnapping in most states. For example, in New York, kidnapping occurs when you abduct someone and you restrain them by way of holding them in a place where they are not going to be found or using physical force. Most children who are taken by a parent or a grandparent are not being restrained. They don't know what's happening. They're with a family member. And so the way the law is written, it's not kidnapping in most of those situations. As always, this varies by state law. I'm aware you don't all need to put it in my comments. But people tend to assume that this is the exception, not the default. And I think if you looked at the language in your state kidnapping laws, you'd be surprised.